What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with another Moderna update video, ticker symbol MRNA, where we take a look at how Moderna stock traded this past week, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and then we'll also take a look at some key pieces of information that came out surrounding, Moderna, vaccine dosage, and all of that good stuff. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. So another great week for Moderna trading wise. What we saw was, we started the week actually here because Monday was off. We started the week kind of in the 124s, dipped down to 120, found support at that line that we've been looking at, right? That upward sloped line. Wednesday, we were pretty flat. And then Thursday, we really pushed up related to some news that we saw. We'll cover that in just a second. And then Friday, we saw a little bit of a red day down $1.96, but we had kind of discussed how, the amount we've gone up. And with that push that we saw on Wednesday or Thursday, that it was normal for us to pull back on Friday. So nothing to really worry about there. Let's cover some news real quick. We'll talk about future levels of support and resistance and where I think the stock is going in the future. So first things first, what we saw was California resuming the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine usage after the pause. If you guys remember last weekend, we got some news around, allergic reactions happening with people given the Moderna vaccine. We saw that, it was mostly related to one batch. They came out with some reports saying very, 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 very few people who have gotten the vaccine have faced like a major side effect, right? A lot of people face, your soreness, your bruising, your chills, but, very, very few. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but they came out with that, which was good. The other kind of good news that came out for Moderna stock was related to the start of the Japanese clinical study that helped push the stock price up this week. So California okays it, Japan started their trials. The other thing that we got this week was related to, let's see where it is, this right here, 2 days ago. Bank of America Securities raised their price target from 130 to 140, although they maintain a neutral rating on the stock. It's not a sell, it's not a buy, but 140 is still higher than where we are now, which means that that's definitely good news for Moderna. Really great week overall for Moderna. We got some news a couple days ago as well that shows that 39 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines distributed, 19 million administered, right? So I don't want to dig too deep into these because a lot of these are quick updates that I wanted to cover in case you guys hadn't heard. Last week's video I went more deeply into some of the news, but I wanted to quickly cover kind of everything that's going on with the stock, and then we'll cover kind of the stock price support and resistance levels. Now I made these lines dotted. I realized that we had a lot of lines that were just solid lines going. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use these dotted dashed lines for, support and resistance levels. And I'll use those lines for more trend and kind of the channel that we're trading in, just to make it kind of easier for us to spot. So these are kind of the four candles we are looking at in this past week. As we talked about, right, we found good support here. If you've watched my videos for a little bit, you know that we drew this line here at the bottom going up, kind of back after this fourth day, and I talked about the importance of us kind of adhering to that line every time we came down, using it as a good support, and that's exactly what we've seen so far, right, which is great news for the stock. I didn't call anything, right, not saying that I called anything, right, but the fact that we did that kind of gives me good support, right? Gives me reason to hold on to the stock and reason to be hopeful for the stock to move up in the near future. You see here, we dipped back, right? Moved up, kind of came down to that line, moved up, came down, found support, and then we keep pushing up, which is great news. Now, one thing that I have mentioned, right, is someone who bought the stock the first day of the year, right? We're talking January 4th, the first trading day of the year. Maybe in the 105s is up like 20% on their investment. So a little bit of a pullback is normal. A little bit of a pullback is needed. A little bit of pullback is essential for the stock to keep kind of finding that base and pushing up, right? Which is kind of what we saw on Friday, right? A little bit of pullback. We've seen it a couple times. The key though is this line, right? As I've said over and over again. Now, There is going to be a point in the next couple of days I'm expecting where we break this line again. That's totally cool as well. This line is not something that we can realistically follow for the next like couple weeks because it's just the stock can't go up that much that fast. This line though is great for showing us kind of the trend that the stock is in. I could see a little bit of a pullback. Now we have good support here at the 126.28 level that we've kind of identified. And then the other level that I want to draw in here for us is this right here in the 135s kind of that we got rejected from on Friday. So what am I looking at for the upside? What am I looking at on the downside? On the upside, we're at 131, 130.90 after hours. I'm looking for a push towards 135. That's my first kind of goal, right? 145 is my overall goal for the stock. I want to see it get there, and then I want to see how it reacts. I continue to hold shares, and then at 145, I'm looking to assess, okay, does it look strong around this level? Do I want to keep holding or not? But 135 is my first level right now. Then my eyes are going to be set on 145. 135 is an actual resistance point. 145 is a resistance point that we saw kind of back here in mid-December. It's also a mental goal for myself personally. On the downside, what we have is the low of Friday, which was 128.90. We've got this line coming up, which kind of really nicely coincides with this 126 level, right? So 128.90, 126. And then let me bring in my EMAs. You guys know I like looking at those. We've got the 821 and 34, they're all stacked. So we've got really good support coming up. That's at 127.07, 124.78, and 122.60. So 127, 124, and 122s. I don't think we fall all the way to 122s just yet unless we see some bad news or we see a crazy amount of profit taking. But I think ideally what happens is, we see either a small green day, small red day. We might trade, we might get rejected by 135 again. Or if we go down, I think we find support either at the 126 level or, this line here as we start to push up. Hopefully we don't dip below the 8 EMA at 127. But we keep pushing up slowly but surely. That's what I'd like to see for the stock. So maybe a little bit of a pullback and then a push up, hopefully getting to 145 in the next couple of weeks. My hope is to do that in Q1 2021, 145, which seems doable with the way it's going, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. Let me know how you guys are trading Moderna, if you're staying strong. I know it was a rough patch. I was covering it kind of here and every day was a down day, so that was rough, but now we're seeing some green days, so great for the portfolio, great for those of us holding. So let me know down in the comment section how you guys are doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.